Cristiano Ronaldo feels betrayed. He wants the world to know that he has no respect for Erik ten Hag, and he genuinely believes that Erik ten Hag is trying to drive him out of the club. Oh, Cristiano, you are trying to take us for mugs. It's so transparent what is going on here. First things first, I hope that you're all well. Of course, I'm talking about the Cristiano Ronaldo interview with Piers Morgan. Let's drill down into it. Glorious. Okay, so first thing to take into account is he is sitting opposite Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is somebody who I rate incredibly highly, but what we must acknowledge about Piers Morgan is that he is a lover of football. He is a celebrator of brilliance. If you love football, and he certainly loves football, he's an Arsenal season ticket holder, and you also acknowledge brilliance and always salute getting to the very top, 2 and 2 makes a Christmas cake. It's impossible for you to not love Cristiano Ronaldo. Piers Morgan is a Ronaldo fan. This is almost not relevant to Piers Morgan. Cristiano Ronaldo has picked an interviewer who he knows will be incredibly sympathetic. He has picked an interviewer who he knows adores him, and he has picked an interviewer who he knows is a genuine fanboy. That has an impact here. So, as you can tell, I've got my reservations about Piers Morgan conducting this interview, not because of Piers Morgan, not because of who Piers Morgan is, just because I know that Piers Morgan loves Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you are a fan, I think it's very difficult. I'm not saying that he's not going to be able to do this. I'm just saying that it could be very difficult to not have some form of bias in the way that you approach this interview. But let's see. For example, do you know how we will know if Piers Morgan approaches this with the diligence that he did throughout his entire career, and when he was approaching people that he didn't necessarily adore and respect, he was very good and he was grilling. Let's see how he grills Cristiano Ronaldo. Does he, for example, bring up what Cristiano Ronaldo did against Tottenham when he went stomping down the touchline before the game was even finished? Let's see if that comes up in this interview. If it does, perhaps I'm wrong. So Cristiano Ronaldo, he sits down opposite Piers Morgan and he tells us that he is the victim of this cruel sequence of events that simply has to be made public. It is essential that everybody is discussing this today. So Manchester United, they win their final game before the World Cup in the most Manchester United of ways, in the final seconds of the game, and a young, glorious talent secures them the 3 points. But Ronaldo, being Ronaldo, does exactly what he pleases. And that is why he got to the very top. A lot of what I'm saying here, and I'm putting slightly negative connotations on these characteristics, are why Ronaldo is Ronaldo. But again, he made it all about him. And it taps into narcissism. That's right, I'm about to diagnose Cristiano Ronaldo with some sort of disorder. Right, consult your OED. The definition of narcissism is excessive interest or admiration in oneself. Cristiano Ronaldo is a narcissist. He finds happiness in self-gratification only. And it's certainly why he's so good, but it's also one of his least attractive qualities. I mean, I think what this does is, and I don't want to bring Messi into the conversation. In fact, I'm not going to do that. Let's not talk about Messi. Let's just talk about anyone, any other footballer. There is a huge difference between being a great footballer and a great football man. Somebody that embraces the true spirit of the game versus somebody who is simply excellent at the game. And Cristiano Ronaldo is one, but he's certainly not the other. It really is all so transparent though, isn't it? Cristiano Ronaldo is trying to portray himself as the victim to engineer a move out of Old Trafford. It's as if he sees Manchester United as this 5-star prison that is keeping him against his will. It's truly ridiculous. But you can see the strategy. It's all so carefully manoeuvred and planned by Cristiano Ronaldo. Betrayal. Cristiano Ronaldo has been betrayed. What a hateful and aggressive word to use, and one that I don't think has any truth. How has he been betrayed? Can somebody help me, enlighten me? How has Cristiano Ronaldo been betrayed by Manchester United? Because he's not in the starting lineup, is that betrayal? Because he hasn't been in a few squads, is that betrayal? He's been handed the captain's armband by a man he doesn't respect. I truly do not understand how he has been betrayed. I can, however, think of a fair few ways where Cristiano Ronaldo has betrayed those faithful football fans who have adored him for so long. I can think of many occasions where he has betrayed Manchester United. When he was flirting with Manchester City, the fact that he would have signed for Manchester City last season is a betrayal to Manchester United fans. In 2009, when he was trying to engineer a move to Real Madrid, he was betraying those who were so loyal to him on that Stretford end. So many times it would have been so easy to turn their back on Cristiano Ronaldo, and yet they loved him, they adored him, they serenaded him with his song constantly. And he said he was a slave at that club. He sees Old Trafford as some sort of 5-star prison. It's truly ridiculous. Betrayal. There is only one person and one set of people that have been betrayed, and it isn't Cristiano Ronaldo. It is the loyal fans of Manchester United worldwide and those with season tickets in the Stretford end. However, annoyingly, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is going to get away with it. It's going to work. His master plan is going to come into fruition, and he will get his move away. He will be able to leave Manchester United, and to some, he will have succeeded in portraying himself as the victim. It's impossible for him to play for that club again, partly because he doesn't contribute to the team enough, but also because it's just untenable, isn't it? Alex Ferguson would always say that you have to get rid of any egos. Nobody is bigger than the club, and as soon as somebody's out of line, you have to get rid of them. I think Erik ten Hag will adopt a similar policy, and therefore, I think he will have to leave. And Jorge Mendes should be doing everything that he possibly can now to get Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo as far away from one another. Must be so weird for Cristiano Ronaldo, you know? I know he's been unwell and he hasn't played in the game against Villa or the game against Fulham, but he has known that the second that the full-time whistle blows in that game against Fulham and the World Cup beckons, he knows that he is about to drop a bombshell on the club that he professes to love. And yet he's just gone about his business all week as normal. It's actually disgraceful. When you say it like that and acknowledge what he's done, he has waited with a grenade in his hand to launch it at the club he professes to love. The person I feel sorry for in all this is actually Erik ten Hag, who I think has done a brilliant job since he started at Manchester United. I think he's navigated a rocky terrain really well, and he's handled and managed Cristiano Ronaldo as well as somebody can. He made him captain. Cristiano Ronaldo is talking about the lack of respect and how he doesn't need to respect him because he doesn't feel respect back. He made you captain. What's wrong with this bloke? And the other thing to remember is, when Erik ten Hag was finding his shape, do you remember when Manchester United went on pre-season tour? They went over to Southeast Asia and then into Australia. Remember they beat Liverpool? They battered Liverpool about 4-0. On that tour is where Erik ten Hag was finding his system, finding his players, finding the perfect way to play for Manchester United in the ten Hag mould. Ronaldo weren't there, because he was trying to engineer a move away to anyone that would have him, whether that be Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, anyone at all. He reckons he loves Manchester United. The geezer loves himself. I'll tell you what, I think this final point really is a measure of the man. Apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo has unfollowed Alejandro Garnacho off the back of last night's win against Fulham. The reason? Because Garnacho celebrated in a way that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't like. Garnacho did a gentle homage to presumably his hero, his fellow countryman, Lionel Messi. He did the celebration with the shirt. Cristiano Ronaldo was so vexed, so furious that Garnacho would do something so disrespectful that he pettily and pathetically unfollowed him on social media. Geezer's about 38. And there we have it. Cristiano Ronaldo has surrounded himself with yes men galore, and nobody has ever pushed back at him. He believes that he walks on water, and this is the very epicenter of the problem. I remember watching the Cristiano Ronaldo film all those years ago, and I remember his agent, Jorge Mendes, did a speech. Have you seen the film? His agent gives a speech around the dinner table, and it was so weird. It was so weird. It was so fornicating. It was so deliberate. It was so pandering to Ronaldo's ego. Saying things like, I just wish that I could be a good enough agent to be the agent that you deserve, Cristiano Ronaldo. It was truly mortifying. And all of that has allowed a situation and person to flourish that has lost total and utter sanity. Jorge Mendes constantly telling him that he's better than Lionel Messi, when we all know that that is complete and utter nonsense. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Click subscribe. Please click subscribe. Really helps me out. In a bit.